Tuesday's Telegraph, one of Nick Dixon's specialist subjects, Donald J. Trump.
It actually is, and I've got a lot of information.
Go on.
This is an ongoing story, so it might be that while we're talking about this, Trump has been arrested, but this is about the arrest. And the Telegraph's gone with the angle that Trump supporters vow to surround Mar-a-Lago and prevent him being arrested. And they've gone with a kind of a sort of fairly sort of cooked lefty angle of like, oh, what about it might lead to violence from Trump supporters, which of course it could, but they've gone to one website called patriots.win. So I don't think most people will do anything violent, but
no,
and of course they shouldn't. But so this is a very strange case. They've taken this old Stormy Daniels case where Trump paid hush money to hush the whole thing up. But it was 7 years ago. It was a misdemeanor. They want to raise it to a felony. And the way they want to do that is say that it was to do with campaign finance. Yeah. But that's a very tenuous claim, and at best, he'd be the one financing, so it wouldn't even be a breach.
So it wouldn't make much of a difference anyway.
And there's this shocking fact that the lead prosecutor, this guy Mark Pomerantz, who worked with a sort of Clinton-affiliated legal group, I don't know how officially affiliated they were, that's what they're known as, he then left them to prosecute Trump and said he wanted to prosecute Trump so much he would pay to do it. He didn't even have to be paid. He would pay to do it. This is the guy running this case. So completely politically motivated, terrible for America. You know, no wonder Xi's saying, you know, they're destabilised. And I just think it's a Pyrrhic victory for Democrats and anyone on the left that thinks this is a good idea.
Well, it will be. I mean, there are two. I can see two sides of this. On the one hand, you have to admit Trump did spend half of his campaign in 2016 encouraging people to shout, "Lock her up." You know, there was a certain amount of enthusiasm for getting Clinton behind bars.
But it was actually just an empty slogan.
But it was an empty slogan. I don't think he was ever really intending to do it. The truth is, if the Democrats, well, I say the Democrats, but if those who are sentimentally inclined to see Trump humiliated in this way get their way, it sets an extraordinarily bad precedent.
It sets an extraordinarily bad precedent. I agree with you. Number one, because if you look at a president like George W. Bush, who staged an illegal invasion, which led to the deaths of 1 million people. And he is currently walking around free, yet you're trying to indict Trump. And secondly, as well, I don't think that's a good move on behalf of the Democrats, because what it will do is, let's say that then Trump can't run. Right, well, then DeSantis will be in. And if DeSantis is a Republican candidate, I think DeSantis will win.
Can I just say, by the way, the idea of paying a porn star hush money, that's an afternoon for Hunter Biden. That's a slow weekday afternoon.
Well, I mean, Bill Clinton as well was hardly as pure as the driven snow on that front, was he? But anyway, it will not be difficult for future administrations to find other misdemeanors that they can get people locked up for, or at least to cook up that kind of sense of illegitimacy. They're going down a very bad path.